Warning, this video is for entertainment purposes only. The Lazyboys Night episode you are about to watch may contain the following: sarcasm, story embellishment, exaggeration of facts, controversial comments, debatable observations, opposing opinions, various points of view, sensitive subjects, observational humor, playful banter, sexual innuendos, ignorant recollection of actual events, subtle references to source material, not so subtle references to source material, and many other remarks that could piss you off. If you do not find this video entertaining, then you are taking life way too seriously. If you have a complaint about any episode, please book an appointment with a therapist.
Ah,
That's dude.
dude.
And
Welcome to Lazyboys Night. Ah, yeah. You want to tell them?
No, I think we'll leave it to their imagination. All right.
Oh, freak, man.
Oh, smell that.
Happy Therapy Thursday,
Oh,
folks.
seriously, dude, take a whiff right now. That's amazing.
Oh, what?
This is
What?
a Gose of Juan Almonte Jalapeno Lime.
I have never, ever
I'm so excited. This is by the Bicycle Craft Brewery.
Jalapeno Lime. Oh,
Yeah.
bicycle.
Yeah, we're big fans of Bicycle. Jalapeno Lime Gose. If you're not familiar with the Gose, it's a German beer. Typically, it's sour with some saltiness to counteract the tartness. So right away, just the Gose is
lime.
interesting. But jalapeno lime, I'm really excited by this. This is something different tonight. Oh yeah. You ready for this?
Cheers.
It's just two guys talking. There they go again and saying anything. Talking about nothing. Nothing new to say. Talking anyway. So much to review. So let's have a cold brew. A cold brew. Everybody's talking. It's not anything. No one's listening. Talking about nothing. They're all yammering. I can't hear a thing. Nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew.
Okay.
All right. Subscribe.
Oh, do that. And you can also do these little things here.
Little
Or-
things being the operative word.
Yeah. So shut up. Right? Shish, shivu. So like and share. Very important that you like. Very porn.
Important.
It's and very important.
That's right.
So
All
an important
right.
show.
So,
Okay, you ready for this?
Dun, 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 dun.
Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
I like that.
Oh wow!
I really-
oh.
I really like that.
So at first sip, you really get the sour from the Gose with the lime, but then the aftertaste you start to feel it's not a burning hot jalapeno,
No.
but you feel that little spice on the back just to enhance, to complement. It's with a little bit of the saltiness. This is phenomenal.
So, I'm getting the lime taste on my tongue,
Yeah.
and the jalapeno is inside my cheeks.
Yeah, I'm getting it further back
So
in it. Yeah.
everything, it's like, this is very impressive. How the freak, man?
Oh, do yourself a favor.
Oh.
If you go down to Bicycle Brewery and get yourself some of these. That's
So for those of you, I'm getting my It's
I know.
unreal.
It's
oh my God.
this is phenomenal.
Okay, so for those of you that are fully aware, and I know Carl knows, get the beers that we're going to drink on Tuesdays. Just check out our Facebook page and you'll see exactly what we're going to be drinking in the show for our Therapy Thursdays. And then you can enjoy for the first time, like, oh my God, like this is phenomenal. This is the first.
Bicycle.
Yeah, good job.
Oh, the
Cheers to you.
great job.
Cheers, man. This is unreal.
I almost don't want to do an episode, just sit here and drink beer. But we're not going to do that. What's on the agenda tonight?
Holy
I know, huh?
man, every single swig is unbelievable.
You've got, it's just, you've got the little
There's so
lime
much going
sour
on.
with the little heat and the little salt.
Damn.
Oh, man. Huge
Yep.
fan. I'm going to buy more of those
Yeah,
for sure.
that's
All right, good
wow.
pick, dude. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good on you. That's awesome. Definitely went out of the box on that one.
All right.
So on something jalapeno lime caliente.
Caliente.
Caliente?
Muy
Muy
caliente.
caliente. I want to talk about a hot subject.
Oh.
Therefore, something we haven't done in a while. I want to do a dude diet.
Oh, yes, spicy and sour.
Yeah, spicy and sour. C'est moi.
A little salty, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. What's on your mind, dude?
Sometimes it can be insulting. But anyways,
Oh.
depending on who you are and how you take it, right? So one of the things that has been coming up, and you know what? The trigger for why I want to talk about this was in one of our episodes in the new year in 2023. Just a quick blurb I threw in on the fact that I am superhero tired.
Oh, I remember that. I got a weird vibe from you when we talked about. I don't remember what it was specifically, but there was mention of superhero stuff, and you had this weird, angry vibe about it.
I was like, you know what? I've been a geek for anything superhero, comic books, cartoons. As you can tell, a lot of our show is often based around that kind of, often nostalgia, often what's going on in the superhero world and films and
Movies
TV.
and
Name it. Action figures, toy lines, or whatever it may be. And I'm actually I would say comfortably in the last year, I'm superhero exhausted. I'm superhero out. I'm superhero. Ugh. I'm ugh. And you know what? I 100% blame Disney. Since Disney has took on the Marvel Universe and has took on Star Wars, there's so much content. There's so much out. It used to be fun, and they've literally taken the fun out of superheroes and the Star Wars universe and all this stuff. And it goes beyond that.
I think the feeling I'm relating to is it used to be a special treat you get excited about.
Yeah.
But now there's just so much content layered upon layer. There's always something out there that it's no longer special.
No, and even going more than that is the fact that once upon a time, when talk about the 80s and 90s, they did superheroes and like even if you're looking anything out in space of any kind, it was done horribly. It was not very many people did it well.
Weren't,
no, I'm talking even storylines and dialogue and all that. It was
because
garbage.
They weren't big money makers, so they didn't put their A team of writers on it.
But then they turned around as soon as they came up, the whole thing where it started off with Iron Man, and I'm like, you took a character like Tony Stark and Iron Man that a lot of, in the fanboy, fangirl world, very well known.
Yes.
I'm completely fully aware of the storylines and have collected.
But he wasn't an A-lister either.
Yeah, but I mean, they were able to take a personality, because you got to remember that this is all based on comic books that have been around for, let's say, at the bare minimum, 30 years to almost 60 years, maybe plus, right?
Well, so most of those characters were created in the 60s, the Marvel ones.
So let's ballpark it at 40 years, right in the middle. Are you comfortable with 40 years? Let's say,
I'm
just
going
for
to find
argument's
that on
sake.
the low end, but I'll accept it.
Let's say 40 years for what a lot of people know about comic books and these characters, and the generation that exists today, what they know of. But there's there's so much of this rich history and all of these amazing artists, amazing writers that wrote these amazing storylines. And I feel like today there's so much of it that they've completely scrapped all of that. And Hollywood and Disney Hollywood thinks now that they know better than all of those generations of writers and illustrators. And even worse than that, they think they know better than the fan base. And that there's so many shows now and so many movies that I'm not only disgusted by what I'm watching, because I'm like, who are you appealing to? Like, who are you, like, what market are you hoping to grab with this? Because you're not going to get classic fans. They're not going to get involved because your new stories are absolute garbage. You're not taking that rich history that already exists. You're trying to recreate characters and recreate all this stuff for the need of today. But I'm like, Tony Stark.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate.
Awesome.
I'm going to play
Captain America was awesome. Like building on these characters.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate just for a little bit here. A lot of this rich history, you're talking about comic book history, which I read a bunch of those too back in the 80s and 90s. Writing for a comic book and writing for a movie doesn't translate the same way. When you try to adapt written piece to visual piece,
yeah, but you still have storylines.
It doesn't always translate well though, and sometimes you also have to adapt to get with the times because what was written.
Who? Come on.
Yeah, but seriously, some of these storylines that were written in the 60s and 70s, social values have changed and they just wouldn't translate the same way.
I you know what?
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
I think that's an absolute garbage comment.
I
think it's garbage comment because if you're going to use established characters with established backgrounds,
yeah,
if you're going to violate that and completely change it.
Give me a specific example.
Oh my God, man.
Because Iron Man's background didn't change.
No, wait. That's where I was coming from. Is that they first started off well.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, as soon as we had...
Who's changed?
The amount of characters that they've introduced that are just replacing characters that we already knew.
Oh, okay. But
like
see,
you're servicing who? Like what fan base are you servicing?
So are you talking about like the new Captain America who's
like
actually Falcon?
Everything.
Okay, but
Falcon's already Falcon. He's already an awesome superhero.
But here's the thing.
Like, why does he need to be Captain America?
The actor's been playing it for over 10 years, and he's kind of aged out of it. And
yeah, but
I think he's tired of playing it.
So
you need to...
No, you don't need to.
So what, you just recast and pretend nobody
No, you don't have to recast. If they're going to kick Captain America out of it, leave him out of it. Like, if you're looking at a character like Falcon...
Not also do the same thing?
If you're going to establish a known character, right, then stay with that main character and don't start playing around with everything. If you're getting somebody like the Falcon is a perfect example. I'm going, the actor and the setup for the Falcon, I thought in the movies was an awesome superhero on his own. So essentially what they've just done, I'm not even talking about at that point what they've ever done in the comic books. Comic books, they play around a lot with different things, right? I'm talking about legacy characters. And if you're going to use someone like the Falcon, that's an awesome superhero, build on that. Now you've taken away that and you're going, you know what? You're going to replace Captain America and then you'll be a great, character. It's like, no, you were already a great character. Build on that.
Okay.
Don't keep switching that stuff off. Whatever characters that you do have, build on it. And if it doesn't, for whatever reason, like Captain America has gone back in time, he doesn't want to come back,
so
leave him out. If you're going to use any other characters, like even the Hulk, I'm like, what the crap? Hulk is wearing glasses now and is super intelligent. Even in the movies, I was like, what?
Yeah, but they did that in the comics a long time ago.
Yeah, but even in the comic books, it didn't work. They reverted back to the actual Hulk.
But maybe they'll revert back to the Hulk too.
No, but just go through the comics. You'll see what actually worked and what did not work. Just because they did it in the comics doesn't mean it worked. Don't go using, by the way, I saw this character. Maybe we should bring it on. Go through it. You'll see it didn't work back then. It's not going to work today. Just because you're a woke society now, you can't go digging back to find woke stuff back in the day.
But maybe they're also trying to establish, just in the name, it's not called the Marvel Universe. It's called the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're
Again,
doing their
Okay,
thing.
fine. Sure, let's do that.
Okay, so
Who
Kevin Feige.
the Christ are they trying to get as a... You know what a fanboy looks like? Looks like me. Right?
Okay.
So, I'm the one that has bought all this stuff for all these years.
Okay.
Every time they come out with new things in the early days of like all the cinematic for Marvel when it was coming out, I'm still the fan. I'm aware of, and then they're bringing in other people, great. But they're not doing that anymore. They're not, I'm not interested anymore. So if I'm not interested, I can guarantee you, behind me, there's a lineup of a million other guys like me that are not interested at all anymore. So who the freak are they trying to pick up?
Well, here's the thing.
Who? Now they're not looking at the whole generation of people that are reading comic
their
books. That
box
doesn't
office
exist.
receipts, which suggest that people are still into it.
That's not even, no, that's garbage too. If you look at how much they're fucking paying for a movie, like how much are they paying to actually make a film?
Yeah.
So let's say ballpark, they're paying $1 million to make a movie, which is probably $100 million. Let's go with $100 million.
Okay, let's go with the 100
So
million.
$100 million to make the movie, and then they have to pay $100 million just to promote this thing.
So that's 200 million.
There's $200 million.
But the movie makes 800 million.
Which movie? Show me a movie that has made that recently. Like, let's go back. Let's just go 3 years.
The latest Spider-Man No Way Home, I believe.
Spider-Man is the exception to the rule.
Okay.
Exception to
I
the
don't
rule.
have numbers in front of me.
But every other movie,
they
like first
still-
weekend open, garbage. Rest, nobody's making their money back. They're not making their money back.
That's not true, man. That's not true. That's not true.
No.
They're still making money, because if
No.
they didn't make money, they'd stop making the films.
They have no choice. They're already in production. They're going to kill, trust me, they're going to kill all these different new TV shows, new movie. They're going to kill them all because they're
TV's a different story, because I don't know how the ratings
they're
work.
hemorrhaging money, man.
But
Because they're not going.
all right,
you know
all
what?
right,
They're going to get the first few people.
Dude, let's look at the last 5 Marvel releases and put what their box office receipts were. Now,
Compared to what it costs to make it.
I don't know what the actual numbers are, so I can't argue right now for or against. But my feeling is they still make. I know. My feeling is they still make a profit, and as long as they're making a profit, they're going to keep making them.
No, it's all garbage, man.
All right,
like, all
so dude,
these, I'm like all of this stuff. I can't. And it's too much. Stop.
I think
Disney.
that I agree with you.
That's a complete thing. Disney has made so many mistakes, and stop replacing characters with if you just want to be inclusive and you want to add, then create new characters that actually have their own powers, that don't have, include them. Be inclusive, but bring everybody into the mix. They're going back and they're changing the backgrounds of different people, and they're just willy-nilly. I'm like, oh my God, stop it.
I'm going to agree that there's too much of it now. We're oversaturated, and it's creating fatigue. And Star Wars is the same way. All of a sudden, there's too many shows at the same time. It's creating fatigue. I don't necessarily agree with your views on the failing money and all this. And I think they want to take it in a different route from what's been done before, because they don't want to tell the same old story. But I will agree that at one point there's just too much of it out there. And if you make it like one a year rather than 3-4 movies a year and 2-3 TV shows a year, that's just too much.
With the amount that they're pumping out right now, they can't get the best talent to write. They can't get the best talent to do, to serve it correctly for the fan base.
Reduce.
And it's one of those things where you have to stop putting so much out there that we don't.
I think a shining example.
Too much.
I think a shining example of that is if you look at the Star Wars movies. They put out Rogue One, which is a prequel right before the original Star Wars Episode 4, which was great. But they put Solo out right after, and Solo wasn't actually that bad, but because they put it out right after, nobody cared because they had just seen Rogue One.
Yeah.
And it's like,
there's tons of stuff like that.
Stretch it out. Mandalorian on TV is great, but they also put out Andor, and they put out the Book of Boba Fett, and they put out there's too much.
But that's just Disney. Every streaming service has their own superhero thing. Everybody's doing that now. It's like almost like it's like the zombie
trendy.
or the freaking, what was it, at one point the vampire thing is like just vampire things bleeded dry, right? But it's like at one point it's like, cut it out, man. And I can guarantee you that Disney is hemorrhaging money right now, and they're realizing that their whole social project is not working very well for them, and the fact that they keep just jamming all this stuff down our throat is like, I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it on this episode right now, I'm calling it that there's all these different projects that they had ideas for, they're gonna kill them all, because they realize that, you know what, there's a few shows and a few movies that I watched and I felt assaulted. Like they were pissing on me as a fan. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. So that was a massive turnoff, and I can guarantee you, I'm not the only one. They've pissed off a lot of people that have been legacy fans that are not interested anymore.
Dude has it up here.
I'm done. And until
I'm not done, but I will admit I'm getting a little fatigued. I am
done.
getting a little fatigued.
I'm not interested in anything that you're pumping out anymore.
What I want is wrap it up. Give me a satisfying conclusion. Just wrap it up, and then sail into the sunset.
Shelve it for a while, man.
Shelve it. Wait till people get excited
You know
about
what?
it again.
The biggest thing for me right now, we're gonna wrap it up. Talking about wrapping it up and shelving it and pushing it into the wild blue yonder. They have to figure out right now is that too much is too much.
Yeah.
And they have to pull back and re-figure out what they're doing, because right now everybody is getting superhero and Star Wars and everything fatigue.
It's like right
too
now,
much.
DC, they got rid of the Zack Snyder
Even
universe, the
that,
Snyderverse,
DC, I didn't even
and they're
talk about
rebooting.
DC.
They're
God.
rebooting it with James Gunn. Here's the thing:
No,
finish
God,
what you
stop
have.
it.
Don't reboot it. Wait a decade.
Yeah,
Wait
exactly.
a decade, because right now everybody's pissed. Oh, Henry Cavill's not Superman anymore. Wait a decade. He'll be too old to play. Then reboot it. James Gunn, wait 10 years.
All these, I'm telling you right now, this is my warning. If I'm not happy right now and I'm pissed at the way you're managing all of this, and this includes DC and Marvel and Disney and all that garbage that's coming out right now, back off. Fine, you know what? You know, there's these amazing writers and these amazing movies that are just waiting to happen, and amazing TV shows. And I'm completely staying away from everything that's superhero right now. 100%. I'm like disgusted by it. So I've reverted back to classic shows or anything that's like new. And I'm amazed, you know what? When you pull away, and I think that's one of the things that Disney's afraid of, when people pull away going, there's not just the Marvel Universe or the DC Universe.
There's a lot more to see.
So
I do agree with
much.
that. Our time is running out. I don't agree with everything, but I agree with a lot.
Right on, that's all I count.
And
it's
that's
a
all that
conversation,
matters.
right?
There we go. We're talking. Like, share, subscribe. See you next Thursday, and try this beer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See you
Cheers,
next time. Cheers.